What's up guys, welcome back to another Call of Duty Modern Warfare multiplayer video. And in today's video we have a whole bunch of random little mishmashes of details about Modern Warfare multiplayer and just a whole bunch of details about the game. So if you guys are interested in any little tidbits and you want to get just as much Modern Warfare information as you possibly can, then this is definitely for you, because we have talk here about the new sniper scopes and the optical zoom in Modern Warfare. We also have talk about Infinity Ward's plans for customization and like DLC and stuff. We also have talk about the campaign and about like returning campaign characters from the previous entries in the Modern Warfare series. And then lastly, we're going to be talking about some of the styles of the multiplayer maps. So before we get started, I just want to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel and also give the video a thumbs up if you guys are excited about this, because we have a lot to cover here. And the full multiplayer reveal is coming up on August 1st, really soon. So let's get right into this. The first thing is that Infinity Ward's art director has actually talked about this on Reddit, about Modern Warfare's optical zoom and the way it looks. So basically what happened is that somebody posted on Reddit and they're talking about like the difference with Modern Warfare's like optical zoom and like the sniper scopes and stuff. And Art Peasant, you know, he's the art director over at Infinity Ward. He says in his response that the blacked out sections of our optics always bothered him. They say he always bothered me. We had to do it that way because we had to achieve magnification by physically pushing the camera out to the target. It wasn't a true optical zoom. The blacked out parts of the screen were not only unrealistic, but took away peripheral awareness. In reality, even with one eye closed, you still get peripheral awareness and you can pick up movement on your sides while focusing on the sight picture. What you're seeing in Modern Warfare is actually an actual optical magnification. All of our powered optics use this technique. It's usually something that's been reserved for beastie PCs. This was done in Ghost, but used a picture-on-picture technique that came at a heavy cost in the renderer. It's basically rendering the screen twice, and the second picture was lower fidelity. We completely rebuilt this for Modern Warfare so we could achieve the realistic effect and not tax our engine. The result is totally badass and gives purpose to the deep bench of optics in Gunsmith. Our optics have realistic purpose and usages for various situations and missions. So this is what the scopes look like in Modern Warfare right now. So basically, if you guys remember, in a lot of other Call of Duty games, when you would aim down sights with a sniper rifle, the rest of your screen would be black. And like he explains here, that was like done that way because they actually had to push the camera out. And so if they, you know, did not include the black edges, your whole freaking screen would be like zoomed in. And it'd be a little bit weird. Well, they changed this for Call of Duty Ghosts. You know, they wanted a little bit more of a realistic effect. So what they did is they had to render it twice. So they had the initial one that was like zoomed out and like, you know, zoomed in, you know, when you're scoping in. But then like the outside, instead of like the outside of your scope being black, it was like still, you could actually see stuff a little bit in your peripheral vision. But like he says here, that they used it at like a lower resolution, and it was like definitely like way worse. It was lower fidelity, but they kind of made up by that by like having a blur over it, so it kind of, you know, like totally covered all of that up. Plus it was a little bit more realistic because like if you're looking down an actual like sniper scope, you're gonna be focusing on what's on, you know, the scope. Like they are right, he is right here, when like if you are looking down a scope, you do still have some peripheral vision, but you're like, your eyes are focused on like the center of the scope and what you're actually looking at. So the rest of the vision, like the rest of the scope and the optic, are blurred because that's not where your eyes are pointed, that's not what you're focusing on. So you know, they had a good effect going on there. But this one is a little bit different, as you guys saw with the scope in. It is a little bit blurry, but it's definitely not as blurred as it was in Call of Duty Ghosts. In Call of Duty Ghosts, it was pretty heavily blurred, so you could pretty much never see anything in your peripheral vision. I mean, it was a little bit better than just having it completely blacked out. But this one actually, like, you can pretty clearly see stuff in your peripheral vision, but it's still a little blurry. So just keep that in mind. Something kind of interesting and a change that they've made to Modern Warfare, and a little update to like the engine, because they had to rework the engine a little bit for it. But next, let's talk about this, about Infinity Ward's plans for customization content in Modern Warfare. So this was posted on Reddit. It was a thread asking Infinity Ward about what they're planning to kind of do with customization, DLC, and content stuff in Modern Warfare. And basically, if you guys don't know what this all is that the community has been asking for a while now for like the developers to actually include like realistic and relevant content, instead of like how in a lot of Call of Duty games we've had recently, we've had just the most random outfits and stuff. Like Black Ops 4, we had that bunny outfit. In Advanced Warfare, he had like those clown outfits and all sorts of different stuff. Like, there's been a ton of random and weird DLCs over the past couple of years But a lot of people really don't like that, and they want the game to be based in reality. So if you're seeing somebody walk around, you know, in night vision in like a Navy SEAL uniform, you know, that's like realistic. But then the second you see somebody running around like a neon green skin, you know, looking like a clown or a freaking giant bunny, that totally kills it. So people really don't like that, at least in this Reddit thread. And Infinity Ward's art director, once again, the same guy, he actually commented on it, and he says that his comment says, "Our North Star, realistic and relevant." So Infinity Ward's take on this is that they're trying to make all customization, all content and stuff to be realistic. You know, it's not going to be something like totally random. It's not going to be some random like spacesuit or something like that. It's going to be something that fits into the universe and into like the whole setting for Modern Warfare. So it's going to be realistic. It's going to be something that's, you know, found in real life, but it's also going to be relevant to the game. You know, it's going to tie in. It's not going to be, you know, some like totally random thing. Even if it is realistic, you know, it has to also be relevant too. So kind of cool that that's what they're aiming for DLC. I mean, it's not confirming that that's 100% what every single thing is going to be, but that's what they're going to be targeting for the most part with the majority of them. So next up, let's talk about the Modern Warfare campaign and a little detail about this. So we actually have news about familiar faces returning in Modern Warfare's campaign alongside Captain Price. So this came from Twitter. So somebody tweeted and they said, "Excellent work. Are we going to still see some familiar faces in the game other than Captain Price?" And an Infinity Ward developer just says, "Yup." So we're going to see more people than just Captain Price. So if you think about the Modern Warfare series, you know, you have like Soap, you have Gaz, you have Ghost, you have, you know, Sandman, you got Zakayev, you got Makarov, you know, you have all these different people in it. So, I mean, we don't know that there's going to be other people, but, I mean, this is cool, though. Like, we're assuming that we're probably going to have at least something to do with Soap. There's going to be, like, an Easter egg or probably, like, something. Maybe you're actually going to be able to play with Soap or as Soap or something like that. It'd be kind of cool. But this is all, you know, a soft reboot. So, you know, we're probably going to have a lot of the same characters. Probably not all of them. There's going to be a bunch of more characters other than just Captain Price, because what it sounds like so far is that whoever you're playing as in the campaign, you're pretty much never playing as Captain Price, as far as I'm aware right now, is that he's just part of your squad. So it makes sense for other people to be like that too. And yes, we're going to see some familiar faces in the campaign, so pretty cool. And then lastly for this video, let's actually talk about the multiplayer map style. So this is something that has once again been brought up with the community in their requests for Modern Warfare, and that is that they do not want Modern Warfare's maps, all of them, to be 3-lane styles. So this person tweets at the same Infinity Ward developer. They say, "Hopefully the maps in Modern Warfare aren't all 3-lane maps in MP. Feels like every map is the same if they're all 3-lane." And he says they aren't. So this is good, because this is a format that Treyarch has really taken to ever since Black Ops 2, has been 3 lanes, and that was like their philosophy for Black Ops 2, was just always making a 3-lane map, and it works for competitive, but honestly, we've had it for years and years and years, and it basically, you know, honestly, it makes almost all maps feel the same. Like, if you compare, like, you know, Slums to something like Hijacked, yeah, they're different, but are they really? Like, if you compare the layouts, like, you know, you got 3 lanes, and then you got 2, like, kind of like sniper, you know, positions where every sniper, you know, on each side, each sniper kind of goes to and flocks to. And that's kind of what Treyarch has been doing for years now. And Infinity Ward actually tried to switch it up a little bit with Ghosts, and I feel like the community really hated that, and they kind of failed, because what happened is you had maps like Whiteout that were just so freaking stinking big. So what it meant was you were able to get shot from so many different areas and stuff. But that's also kind of what people want, you know? Like, if you're on a 3-lane map and you have a team, you can lock down every section of the map, every lane, pretty easily, and just, like, head glitch it, and you know, can easily spawn trap the enemy. And basically, like, they can't even get out of there half the map. So if you're playing something like Hardpoint or Domination, you just lock it down indefinitely, and they can't do anything about it unless they spawn out. Well, in other maps that aren't 3-lane, you know, there's lots of, like, cutoffs and choke points and stuff, and different ways you can get around the map, so it makes it a lot harder to spawn trap and to kind of get those cutoffs. So it's bad for competitive, but it's a little bit better for pubs. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments down below. But those are all the things we know about Modern Warfare, all these little tidbits and stuff, pretty cool details, and I'm honestly really excited. So we're going to find out even more details about everything regarding Call of Duty Modern Warfare multiplayer on the gameplay premiere on August 1st, 2019. It's going to be really, really cool. It's going to be live streaming. We're going to have tons of videos up on the channel, so make sure you guys don't miss out on it. Going to be having tons of stuff, reactions, and a live stream of the whole thing. So Once again, make sure you guys are subscribed with notifications on because you guys don't want to miss out on that at all. It's going to be really exciting and should be a great time. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.